Hello, hello, hello. My name is Amista, and I'm here to pull a few tarot cards and do a little chit chat, catch up with some of my regulars, and meet some new people. Gonna have a fun time here in chat tonight. Right now, I'm just clearing my cards, getting them ready for the chat while we wait for people to come in. I don't normally schedule, so they always just pop up whenever. So we'll see what happens. Nomad, that was fast. I just barely got here. I'm still clearing cards. How are you tonight, my friend? Just in time for the very beginning. I haven't even been here a minute. Right now, this counter is saying 42 seconds. I'm glad to hear that you are well. I am fantastic, thank you. Happy winter solstice. I went out and spent a little time in nature today. It seems appropriate, right? You were shopping online for a DVD player. You got some DVDs you want to see? I've got a few of the classics. I gave most of my DVDs away, but I do have Gone with the Wind and Sound of Music and Tangled. I don't know if I've got anything else, but I've got those. Oh, man. It's getting to where now you can pretty much get any movie that you want to see on YouTube. You can buy it there, and then it just stays with your YouTube account. That way you don't have to store it anymore. I've got a few movies on YouTube. There's a lot of free ones to watch too there. Or I guess I should say here, right? Oh, fresh air is very good. I think I might put some pictures in my newsletter when I send it out tomorrow. Is tomorrow already Sunday? Yes, when I send it out tomorrow. All right, so what do we have going on? Wow, okay, that was a powerful message for me. All right, now. Yep, it's all happening right together. All right, let's see what we have for our best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. Be thinking about what you want to manifest, whether it's big, whether it's little. This advice applies over the next 24 hours. As long as you focus on what it is you want to manifest, that way you'll get some of your energy in on this shuffle. And that applies to those of you who are not watching me live if you come across this video later on as well, because spirit is not limited by time or space. So think about what you would like to manifest. What do we have? Boop-a-da-doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, this is very interesting. It looks like everybody's trying to manifest financial stuff here today. I have always called myself a second generation hippie. Somebody asked me what my favorite color was once. I told them it's tie-dye. So, I was born with, I think it's where your Virgo is whenever you're born, like that whole generation kinda carries things forward. Anyway, I'm not sure exactly the astrology, but, like, my generation that was born with that particular placement, I think it's wait. Oh, it was my Pluto in Virgo, actually. That makes everybody who was born with Pluto in Virgo, like, we're very, socially conscious and, like, it's important to us that people actually get along and that things are fair and that they make sense. It's a generational thing. Yay, congratulations. So that's why I call myself a second generation hippie. I was born November of 1969, Of course, that was the peak of hippiedom, and that was exactly what was going on, was like civil rights, and people were worried about the earth and Mother Earth, and tarot cards were, kind of becoming a thing. All the Eastern spiritualism was coming out to the United States. All that stuff was going on, and so I just walk around embodying that everywhere I go now. Yep. Okay, so best manifestation advice that we have coming up. This definitely has to do with money, 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 honeys. Six of Pentacles coming up in reverse. This talks about paying something off or paying someone back, is our first bit of manifestation advice. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. This talks about collaborating together with other people. So going in with other people on things. Maybe this is carpooling. Maybe this is getting together and like split everybody, like bringing things in for the Christmas meal, something like that. But so paying something off, doing some kind of collaboration. Collaboration also, I'm hearing, could be barter. Doing some kind of barter is another way to manifest, part of our manifestation advice. And the Five of Pentacles coming up in reverse is kind of the results of this. This says that by paying something off or paying somebody back and then bartering or else collaborating with somebody, this actually lets us create some breathing room in our finances. That's the word I'm looking for. So there we go. There we go. Pay something back or pay something off and collaborate with other people, or possibly barter. Maybe even negotiate. Could be negotiate as well. Whoever else is in the room, feel free to say hello and then kick your feet up on the coffee table and hang out with us. We're just going to chit chat and pull some cards and have some fun here tonight. So, Nomad, do you have a question for me tonight, or do you want a message from Spirit? And anybody else who wants me to read for them, if you have a question, put it in the chat. And if you just want a message from Spirit, please put that in the chat as well, so I know what I'm doing for who. Desiree wants a message. Okay. Here we go, my friend. Aishika, hey, hey. Welcome. How are you tonight, honey? Desiree. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Desiree. I'm glad to hear that you're doing great. I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. I'm alive and breathing. That's a darn good start. My YouTube's going viral. My client base is expanding. My life is good, and getting better all the time, especially on this solstice. I got a little time out in nature. I love it. So, Ashika, if you have a question for me, put it in the chat. And if you want a message from Spirit, please put that in the chat instead. This is for Desiree right now. I said that when I first started my very first YouTube channel back in 2013, I would still be there, except it got shadow banned. I had like 7,000 subscribers there, and I can't tell you guys how much it hurts the ego to start over and have less than 200 here. But it does hurt the ego, let me tell you. But I don't know. It's kind of like, it's the adventure. It's the fun of it that I like. I like having a bigger client base, but I do like the fun of building a channel and getting to know people as they come in. The other one got shadow banned, and so it was being suppressed basically by YouTube, but they didn't really ever tell me why. And if you talk to other creators, they can tell you about shadow banning. But yeah, they just decide arbitrarily that they don't like something, and then they shadow ban you. Yeah, and you don't really even know why. You'll never really know why, because they never actually admit that it happened. But a lot of people have had that happen, so it is what it is, right? So let's see here. But if you want to look at my old channel, I posted there for years and years and years, from 2013 for a long time. You just look under my name, Amista Bennett, and you'll see it. Every once in a while, I post random stuff there now, but not like professional stuff anymore. So Desiree, here's your situation. You have the 10 of rods showing up in reverse. 10 of rods in reverse talks about the idea of letting go of some kind of responsibility or some type of accountability to somebody. Okay. So maybe not taking the kids for band practice. This can be, I've seen this be like a breakup. This, a breakup of a lower level relationship, not like a marriage or somebody living together or something like that. Um, so it can be that, but putting down some kind of responsibility or accountability, and that is covered by the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which is really interesting to me because this is saying basically you're putting down this responsibility or this sense of accountability that you had to something because you have an opportunity coming in for a second chance at something. Interesting. That's what I'm picking up psychically. I normally would say something else on that card, but I think you have a second chance at something, and that's what's having you drop some responsibility somewhere else to make room for that second chance. All right, so let's look at your best advice or heads up around that. Interesting. 5 of Swords showing up in reverse. 5 of Swords in reverse basically says, I've been trying to fight to change something, or a lot of times it's a person. And this is recognizing that that's not going to change. I can't fight to make that change. It's not mine to change. And this is coming to that point of acceptance of, that was a lot of wasted energy, and I don't need to put out any more energy to change this other person or change this situation that's not really under my control. And so this is coming to the point of accepting this is just what this situation is now. So now there's no need to fight, just you have to accept. And when we come to that point of acceptance, then we kind of have to decide, can I live with what this is without it changing? Or do I need to move on to something that is different? Okay, so this is a real clarity point when it comes in, besides being an acceptance point. Okay, now when you come to the point of acceptance, we have the Fool card showing up in reverse. So this tells me that whatever this is that you're accepting with this Fool card in reverse, you're recognizing that you started whatever this is as a leap of faith, not knowing where it was going to take you to begin with. And you're saying, you know what, I think there's still some good left in this, even if this is what it is. And so I'm going to continue forward with this in spite of that I'm not able to change things, because I still think there's some good juice in this anyway. Okay, so that's what we have you as advice so far. And then with the Six of Pentacles, this talks about creating an even give and take. So negotiation, compromise, that type of thing coming into the situation. So I hope that makes sense for you. That's very true. I guess it does make sense for you. I feel like there's something on my glasses and it's driving me crazy, and I just cleaned them, so I don't know. There is something. Did I scratch them? Let me clean these again and see if this will come off, because this is bugging me. It wasn't actually bugging me before. I was just seeing it in the mirror. Now it's bugging me. I apologize, guys. I thought I was ready to do a live stream. I actually talked to people about doing like the laser thing so I wouldn't have to wear glasses. And it scared me silly because I was like, man, if these guys mess this up, like that's not necessarily undoable. So I was a chicken. So I still wear glasses. Kind of a pain in the butt, but at least I can clean them and then everything is good again. Yes, I did see your question. I'm just not there yet. Okay. So, yep, that's that for Desiree. Boo boo. How did it go for your brother? Did everything turn out well? Okay, so Aishika's question is, will Aishika be getting a good raise at her job in the first half of 2025? Okay, let's define this, because what your employer thinks is a good raise may not be what you think is a good raise. So what percentage of raise are we calling a good raise? 3%, 2%, 15%, 20%, 25%? What do you call a good raise? What is a good raise in your mind? What would make it worth you staying there? What do you think is a good raise? Let's put some numbers on that. Let's make this very specific. All right, so will Ashika receive a raise of at least 25% at her job in the first half of 2025? JB, hello, hello. Will she? I think you will, actually. And I don't think you're going to have to wait too long for it. I've got 2 cards that say that it's not going to take like all the way up until May or June. I've got some pretty good cards here. There's one that is not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. Okay. So you've got the Hanged Man shown up in reverse, which talks about that they've probably already been considering about raises. All right. And so this says pretty close to the beginning of the year, this is going to happen. I would say within January or the first 2 weeks of February, probably on the early side of that. We do have the 10 of Cups coming up in reverse. So I don't think you're going to get 50%. I think you're going to get on the lower side of that 25 to 50% raise. You do have the World, which basically says this makes you happy. This is your ideal, whatever it is. You may wish it was more, but still, you're pretty happy with it. The Knight of Pentacles is a nice card to come up because it talks about, well, this makes sure that the budget works. So we like that. And then here's our last card. That's Temperance in reverse. This is impatience. This may be you being impatient, but I don't think you're going to have to wait all that long, actually. You may be, by the time you get 6 months out, you may be like saying, hey, I want another raise. That could be what that impatience card is doing at the end there. But I do think you're getting one very close to the beginning of the year. You don't know that name anymore. Okay, let's talk about the cord cutting thing. Why are you confused? And I'm fantastic. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm doing Reiki and readings. My YouTube's going viral. My client base is expanding. My life is good, 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 and getting better all the time. Plus, it's the solstice. Plus, I got to spend some time in nature for the solstice. So I don't understand. Somebody did a cord cutting on you, and you're confused. You're quite welcome, Aishika. New year for everybody. I think after the last couple years, we're all ready for a new year, new energy. Bring it in, bring it in. Nomad, I was going to tell you too. Does it make you forget? Cord cutting, does it make you forget? I don't know that it makes you forget anything. Ideally, it would not. That would be something else going on. So, did you have somebody cut cords between you and other people, or did somebody cut a cord between themselves and you? Hypnosis was also getting big whenever I was born. Yep. There was something I was gonna say. Oh, you have not seen me wear a bandana, but I used to be a big bandana girl all the time, and I think I might be getting back into that. What happened is I started working at a store doing readings there 2 days a week, and I started trying to look a little bit more professional, and so the bandanas all went in a box for a while, and now I'm cutting down to just doing 1 day a week at the store doing readings, and so now I'm letting my true freak flag fly. So Jamie's Cowboys, I'm still waiting on your answer. I'm sure that there's a big delay. Okay, so were the cords cut on your end or were the cords cut on the friend's end? And keep in mind, I have no idea what you asked about a friend last time because my brain does not work like that. And especially when I get messages for you guys, the messages come in, they're not from me. They come in, they go out, and they're gone. So please don't expect me to remember messages. That's not realistic, a realistic expectation, I should say. Anyway, who actually had the cords cut, you or the friend? Your end. Okay. To detach from them. Okay. So you would have, if somebody cut cords, I guess I shouldn't assume that. Did they just cut cords between you and the friend, or did they cut all the unnecessary cords off of you? You didn't know what? You didn't know cords were being cut? 'Cause that's not cool. Like, if you're having cords cut off of you and you don't know that that's happening, like, somebody didn't ask your permission. That's just not cool. Okay, so you did not have somebody cut cords between you and your friend. Did your friend have somebody cut cords, or did your friend cut cords then? Is that what you're trying to tell me, that your friend cut cords between you and them? You're confusing me right now because I don't even know how to begin to answer your question until I know what the situation is, and right now, I don't even know what the situation is. Some cords got cut somewhere between you and somebody. I don't know who did it. Your friend cut the cord. Okay. What are you confused about now that your friend cut the cord? That's the next thing I need to know to be able to help you. You don't remember their name? Okay, well, that's not normal. If that's going on, somebody did way more than a cord cutting. If you can't even remember of the person, the name of the person you used to be friends with, and you have no emotion as if you never heard of her, somebody's doing way more than cutting cords, honey bunny. And if this person does not want to be friends, then may not be a bad thing. Maybe you don't even want to try to remember it. Let it go. All right. Is there anybody else in the room that wants a reading? Generally, you can feel it when somebody cuts a cord. Like, you can feel that. It's like it's almost like feeling like you just got broke up with. But it should not be messing with your memory, and it should not be taking your feelings away. That's not somebody cord cutting. That's something else happening. But you can feel a little bit of an energetic pop. What's going on with Jamie's sudden lack of feeling for this person who used to be her friend? Show me what's going on with this Jamie's sudden lack of feeling for this person that used to be her friend, please. What has caused that? Did it wake you up? Dorella, hello, hello. It's been a while since I've seen you, honey bunny. Okay, well, I am not sure why you are so confused. I don't have anybody doing any kind of, you know, heavy duty woo woo stuff here, actually. I do have a card that talks about no communication, so they wouldn't have said, by the way, I'm going to cut our cord. They would not have done that. This person was just feeling very tired by whatever connection you still had maintained. They needed some relief from that kind of stress, whether that was psychic connection or whether that was in person connection. We have the Six of Swords. They were moving on, trying to find some peace because this was bothering them a lot, especially at an energetic level. And the Three of Pentacles, excuse me, they didn't want to collaborate or negotiate or compromise with you. They just wanted to have the freedom to move on. I don't see them doing anything more than just trying to move on. There's nothing here that would tell me that they did any extra woo-woo stuff. Thank you, Dorella. So, Dorella, do you have a question for me today, or do you want a message from Spirit? Ba-ba-da. Okay, pop your little question in the chat box, please. I think I've answered everybody else's questions. If there's anybody else in the room that I have not answered a question for, or if you want a message from Spirit and I haven't already done that for you, then put that in the chat, please. When do I see Tony L reaching out? Ooh, I just got a new calendar just for such questions. Pathways. Isn't that appropriate? Okay, so boop-a-doo-doo-doo-doo. Mm-hmm. Are these in order? Here's what I want to see. Oh, I think they are in order. Oh, Feels like February. Let's open up to the February page. Boo-ba-doo, boo-doo. Energy is our first manifestation of the 3D. Let's take a peek. I'm picking up some energy on that, like around the 11th or the 12th. The 12th is a full moon. And of course, that's all the same week of Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, by the way, guys, is falling on a Friday this year. Yay. But the 11th or 12th, that looks like the Tuesday or Wednesday before Valentine's Day. 12th is a full moon, so I bet you that full moon energy has something to do with it. Yep, if you guys know somebody who might like to have a little itty bitty reading, please share this live stream. Please share this live stream. Anybody in here that has not had a message that would like one, please let me know. Put it in the chat so I can help you. Everybody else who has gotten a message, share with your friends. Let them know about the good stuff. We all want to share the good stuff in life, right? That's actually making me think about back when I was in Amway in like the 90s. Would that have been the 90s? Yes. I wanted to tell everybody about Amway. Not everybody thought that was as good a stuff as I did, though. You're quite welcome, Dorella. I did a bunch of those multi-level marketing things. I did awesome. You'll have to remind me what I said because I won't remember. Just to be real. There was this company that came out with laundry balls that were made that were they fit the hippie thing. You could use these laundry balls like, I don't know, 500 times and they ionized the water so that the water like sucked all the dirt out of your laundry without putting any kind of chemicals into your clothes or your water or anything like that. I got into that and I was in that for a while. And then they changed the design of the balls and the balls started shattering in washing machines. And I was like, let me out. They were not wool, they were plastic, and they had some kind of, they were plastic, they were shaped like the world, and they had some kind of thing inside that was liquid, that was some perfect chemical mixture that ionized all the water in the laundry machine. And then they came out with this thing where they made like half of it was filled with the liquid, and then they had like a dome for the other half with like mesh, and it was hard plastic, and inside was these little copper pellets. And these copper pellets were supposed to actually like amplify what the solution did in the other half, the bottom half. And so you would throw those in, but that plastic dome would break. So then you would have all these copper pellets running loose in your laundry. Not cool. Not very good for the washing machine either. Made me not want to be a distributor very quickly. Yeah, once they added the copper, it really was a bummer. They had a good thing going until they did that, actually. And then I've been in like a travel multi-marketing thing. I've done all kinds of stuff because I can see the potential. But back at that time when I was doing multi-level stuff, I was not psychic. Well, I was psychic. I just didn't know it. I wouldn't have called it that. And I was very shy. So trying to tell people about all this wonderful stuff I was finding was a huge challenge for me because I was a total introvert. I had a hard time even looking people in the eye. You can't tell that about me now. I've grown a lot. All right. Well, I guess nobody else in here wants a reading, so it's time for me to get out of here. Everybody have a fantastic evening. Enjoy what's left of your solstice. And if I don't see you before Christmas, enjoy your Christmas. And thank you, of course, for keeping me company. If you want to book a live reading, or if you want to book even a 1 or 2 question recorded reading, or if you need a Reiki session, all that stuff is on my website, which is in the description box below. Just check it out. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your week. Peace out.